Hello, in this video, what I will be going through is how to analyze and rank capital investments, and I'll be using three different ways of analyzing them and ranking them. First, I'll use a payback period. Second, I will use net present value. And then finally, I will use profitability index. So here's our scenario. We have three different projects, all of the initial investments, annual cash inflows, and the present value of the cash inflows. So in this particular video, we will actually not be using the present value tables because that piece of information has already been calculated for us. So the first thing that we'll do is calculate the payback period on each alternative and rank these projects by that criteria. So in order to calculate the payback period, we take the initial investment and divide by the annual cash inflow. So given the information, for example, with Project X, the initial investment is $50,000, and then we divide by the annual cash inflow of $35,000, and that gives us a payback period of almost 1.5 years. You do the same calculation with Project Y and Project Z, and based on these, we would go with Project X. We would rank it first because it would take a smaller payback period. So they're ranked in order from smallest to largest when you're looking at payback period. Next, we will calculate the net present value on each alternative, and we'll rank them using that criteria. Here, since the present value of cash inflows has already been calculated for us, in previous examples, I actually went through how to look up table rates and everything for present value tables, but this problem is actually doing that for us. So we already have what the present value is of cash inflows. So in order to get the net present value, we take the present value of the cash inflows minus the initial investment to give us the net present value for these. So in this case, for example, Project Y, we have $35,000 of present value of cash inflows minus that initial investment of $30,000. We have a net present value of $5,000. So when we rank these, we're looking at the biggest amount of net present value. That's what we want to rank first. So in this case, Project Z is our number one project because it has the highest amount of net present value associated with it. Next, we're going to do a profitability index and then rank each alternative based on that criteria. The profitability index takes the present value of cash flows and divides by the initial investment. So for Project X, the present value of cash inflow is $50,000, and we divide by that initial investment of $50,000. We have a profitability index of 1. Here, what we want to do as far as ranking, we want to rank them in order of highest profitability index to lowest. So in this case, our number one project would be Project Z, then Y, then X. Now, if you have limited funds in a company, the company should always use the profitability index. That is the better way to go when you have shortage of funds. If you have any questions at all about these ways of looking at and ranking capital investments, please leave your questions below. I'll be happy to get back to you, and I look forward to talking with you on a future video.